Be home soon. R.I.P. Keon. I love my family.
He sat in the courtroom with a smirk while a grieving mother wept for her lost son. Danta Wright, 17 years old from Ann Arbor, Michigan, seemed to believe his careless attitude mocked justice itself. When the judge locked eyes on him, his smile vanished, and the sentence delivered left the nation in shock. This is the chilling story of a teenage offender whose arrogance sparked intense controversy in court. Don't let this disturbing case fade into silence. Subscribe now to uncover more of the darkest crime stories before they're forgotten. If you ignore this, you'll miss the truth. Join us, or share in the comments why you think this should remain a secret. On October 4th, 2016, a robbery in Ann Arbor, Michigan shocked the community and shattered a family. Danta Wright, a troubled teenager, went out to steal, but his actions led to a cold-blooded killing, fueling outrage as his courtroom behavior pushed a judge to the brink of despair. Danta Roger Wright, born August 29, 1999, grew up in Ann Arbor, a city known for its charm. According to prosecutors, by age 17, he was involved with gang activity, tattooing 6-point stars and pitchforks, symbols tied to the gangster disciples. Expelled from school and notorious for minor offenses, Wright's life spiraled further after being arrested in 2016 for fleeing police. Released on bond, he sank deeper into trouble, leading to a fateful night that would define his legacy. That October night, Wright, along with friends Delrano Gracie and Tamarius Ellison, planned to rob 18-year-old Jordan Klee, a high school senior with dreams of college. They lured Klee to a spot near the Pine Lake Village Co-op and demanded his belongings. When Klee complied, Wright pulled out a gun and shot him from behind, ending his life instantly in the street. The motive? A mix of gang rivalry and a reckless act that showed no regard for Klee's life. Days later, on October 10, 2016, police arrested Wright in Ann Arbor after tracking him through witness accounts and Kaylee's phone records. He offered no resistance, confessed immediately, and showed a disturbingly calm attitude as he admitted to the shooting. In the interrogation room, Wright's chilling composure stunned detectives. He described the shooting as if it were trivial, even boasting about his gang lifestyle. His lack of remorse and gang bravado, reflected in rap lyrics later quoted by prosecutors, painted the image of a teen chasing infamy instead of regret.
How do you want to plead to counts 2, 3, 6, and 7?
On the morning of October 4th, 2016, did you agree and conspire with 2 other individuals, Delrano Gracie and Jamarius Ellison, to commit an armed robbery?
Yeah.
And who are you going to rob?
Jordan Klee.
Jordan Klee. And that afternoon, did you in fact rob Jordan Klee?
Yeah.
And did you use a gun to place him in fear in order to take his property?
Yeah.
And as a result of that armed robbery, what did you do with that gun and Mr. Jordan Klee?
Shot him.
And where did you shoot him?
On the top. By his head.
And did you kill him with that shot?
Yes.
People are satisfied now.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
By July 2017, Wright's trial in Washtenaw County reached its end. After pleading guilty to second-degree murder, armed robbery, conspiracy, and illegal weapon possession, he faced sentencing on July 4th. But his behavior stunned everyone. As Jordan Klee's family gave heartbreaking victim impact statements, Wright smirked, laughed, and shook his head.
Your Honor, my name is Courtney Clay, and I'm Karen's cousin. She's asked me to read this on her behalf.
Sure.
Jordan Michael Klee, born July 26, 1998. Murdered October 4th, 2016, at 18 years old. Jordan has no future. Jordan can no longer choose to go to college. Jordan can no longer choose to change. Jordan can no longer make a difference. Jordan can no longer fall in love or have a family. Jordan no longer has a future. I've lost my only child, my son, my baby, my friend. More than that, I've lost laughter and love. I no longer have the hope of having grandchildren. I've lost the enjoyment of holidays and birthdays and of everyday life. As a mother or any parent ages her child, her children are there to care for her. But now in my life, I walk this journey alone. I no longer have that luxury because that was carelessly and cruelly taken from me. I no longer get to see the smile of my son when he walks through the door and brings me a Frosty from Wendy's at the end of his shift. The simple pride of a hard work shift and bringing his mom something that just makes her happy. Songs we used to enjoy, I can no longer listen to. Movie nights we did together no longer exist. I could continue with all the loss. I won't. This year was supposed to be a year of celebration, of senior pictures with prom and graduation and parties. Instead, it was a nightmare that no parent should ever endure. On the nights I managed to sleep, I wake up hearing my son scream for me, to then have to realize all over again, night after night, my son is dead, gone, taken. For what? Why? Can you answer the question? Why? Why? I have an answer. Your answer will never be good enough. There will never be an answer good enough to satisfy why you shot my son. Why you thought that what you had should be yours. Why you felt that what you wanted, you were entitled to. Why you thought his death was an acceptable response to your jealousy or desire to what he had. Drugs, clothes, money, jewelry, phones, shoes, whatever it was that you felt you needed more than his life. Your why will never be better than his life. Your want will never trump my son's death. You get to live, get to wake up every day. Your life continues. I sincerely hope that whatever it was you wanted so badly that you felt the need to murder my son was worth the next at least 52 years of your continued existence.
Mocking them, saying, "I'll be home soon. I'll be home soon. I'll be excited. I love my family." That's all you want me to say. Wright's mother, Antoinette Cardar, insisted her son was innocent and claimed he was protecting others by not telling on them. His attorney argued that emotional stress was behind his laughter.
Your Honor, my client asked me to apologize to the court. His smiling was in no way meant as disrespectful either to the family, to the victim, or to this court. My client is 17 years old. He has some emotional problems, and frankly, was scared. And some people display fear by smiling. He really meant no disrespect. He does take this very seriously. And what I started to tell the court before my client interrupted me, was that he did admit to the probation officer during the interview that he was involved, that he did cause the death of a young man. It was never intentional. He never intended to hurt anybody. And I think he does feel bad about it now. At his age and in his condition, he may not be able to express it as well as some other defendants might, but he does feel bad about it.
Anything else, Mr. Wright?
No.
All right.
But the court did not believe it. Judge David Swartz, a veteran prosecutor of 23 years turned judge, was furious. Wright's laughter throughout the trial nearly pushed him to reject the plea deal.
That's all you got to say. You know, I have never in 23 years approximately ever not accepted a sentence agreement between the parties because it's bargained for, sentenced by the parties. But watching you sit there, smile and laugh and shake your head like this was no big deal, I'm very tempted to just say, I'm not going to accept this sentence agreement. We'll go to trial. And if you're convicted of felony murder, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there. That's what I'm tempted to do. Mr. Bella, do you want me to accept this sentence agreement?
Your Honor, may we approach prison?
Yes.
After a recess, Klee's family, exhausted with grief, urged the judge to accept the plea to avoid a trial. Wright's lawyer apologized, citing nervous laughter, but the damage was done. On July 24, 2017, Wright was sentenced to 23 to 50 years for second-degree murder, concurrent terms for robbery and weapon charges, plus a mandatory 2 years for felony firearm, totaling 25 to 52 years. He will not be eligible for parole until September 28, 2042, at age 43, and is currently held at the G. Robert Cotton Correctional Facility. Wright's smirk faded as the gavel fell, his mockery silenced by decades behind bars. As the courtroom emptied, Wright's mother, Antoinette Cardar, spoke to reporters, defending her son's shocking behavior without showing remorse toward the victim's family.
What do you think about his reaction during the statements that were made in the court that the judge seemed to be
upset about?
Yeah, tell me what you think.
What upsetted me was I'm sorry for her loss, just as well as mine. My son was supposed to graduate this year too, and I mean it's just bad all the way around. So that's just how I feel.
Do you think he took this lightly? Do you think he took this seriously? How do you think he...
I don't feel like he understands exactly what's going on because of his mental conditions and things like that, and no one has even brought that up or said anything about it. So
can you expand on what those conditions are that you don't feel like were taken into account?
His mental conditions, I'm gonna put like that. The court systems in juvenile had tests done to see if he was a threat to society, which he's not. He sees another psychiatrist here in Ann Arbor, and she also let the attorneys know his diagnosis, what medications he's supposed to be on, that he's have not had since he's been locked up. So, I mean, it's another reason why. The smiling does not have nothing to do with slack of what, how can I say it?
That's just how he handles everything.
That's how, that's how he handles everything. As a child, if he was in trouble,
he'll just look at you and smile.
He's gonna smile at you.
Knowing he's in trouble, but still, that's how.
Her words, dismissing the victim's pain and excusing Wright's actions, left onlookers stunned and deepened the divide between the families. Don't let Wright's cruelty fade into silence. Subscribe now to follow these haunting cases, or comment on why you think justice should be forgotten. Ann Arbor mourned Jordan Klee, a teenager with college dreams and a family torn apart. His cousin Courtney described a nightmare no parent should endure. Wright's co-defendants, Delrano Gracie and Jeremias Ellison, pled guilty and were sentenced to 15 to 30 years each in September 2017. The case sparked debate over gang violence and juvenile crime, as Klee's family called for forgiveness but also accountability. Antoinette Cardar claimed Wright was appealing, though by 2025, no updates had been confirmed. Danta Wright thought his laughter mocked justice, but it only deepened his punishment. A young life was lost, a community scarred, and the arrogance of a teen crushed by a judge's decision. Was he a product of gang life or of pure resentment? The pain he left behind was far greater than his smirk. What shocked you the most? Wright's mocking words in court, his mother's defense, or the judge's outrage? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more real-life crime stories. Click on the next video on screen and I'll meet you there.